we start with the first session, that is on curriculum development process and overview. So, in this session, we will be discussing that what is the concept of curriculum uh, and curriculum and slaves, then characteristics of a good curriculum, and four stages of curriculum development. So, first, I would like to discuss that is curriculum. When we say curriculum of any technical education, then curriculum is an educational program designed to achieve specific educational objectives. Means we have PEOs, POs, and COs. So any educational program designed to achieve specific educational objectives, because now we have outcome based education. So a education program through so any education program designed to achieve specific educational objectives. We have PEOs, program educational objectives, then program outcomes, and then course outcome. So through this educational program, we are to achieve our specified educational objectives, because earlier it was input based, now it is outcome based. That whatever we are teaching in these 4 years of undergraduate program or 3 years of diploma program, that with that knowledge and skill, what they will be able to do. So that is very important. Then it states educational objectives. Your POs and COs details out curriculum area and contents. That to achieve these educational objectives, what will be your subjects? Because if we see a undergraduate program, we have around uh, 35 to 40 subjects, and in diploma program we have around 30 to 32 subjects. So all those subjects contribute to the educational objectives which we have specified, and their detailed contents in terms of your theory and practicals. Then recommends learning experiences. Our curriculum also recommends that what type of learning experience should be given to the students, so that our specified educational objectives are achieved. And then methodology of student evaluation. In curriculum, we also prescribe that what will be the methodology of student evaluation, student assessment, so that our specified objectives are achieved. So, curriculum is a very broad term. And then we also have syllabus. Generally, we interchangeably use syllabus and curriculum. So, can any one of my friend just share his or her experiences, that what is their understanding about syllabus and curriculum? Are these two same terms, or are these two different terms? Anyone, please.
So these are two completely different, sir.
These are two
Curriculum
different terms.
completely
Yes.
different. Huh? Curriculum summarizes all the courses which are there in any programs, like undergraduate or postgraduate. But
Okay.
syllabus is the details of each and every courses which are there in the curriculum.
Means only subject that describe the detailed contents.
Curriculum will tell all the list of courses, including core courses and other courses. But syllabus will comprise of all the no syllabus will comprise of all the things in detail of the list of courses which are mentioned in the curriculum.
Yes, yes. Very good, sir. Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Anyone else, sir? Any other view? Yes. Any other friend? You have rightly said that slaves is only a part of curriculum, which means what is to be taught. What is to be taught? You have said that the detailed contents. Detailed contents comprising of concept, principles, procedures, and practices to be taught to the students. What is our contents? In our detailed contents, we have some concepts. Based on the concepts, we have some principles and application of principles in the practicals or procedures. That is our become that practicals. So in our detailed contents, we have some concept like current is a concept, voltage is a concept. Then relation of current and voltage becomes Ohm's law. That is your principle. And application of Ohm's law become your procedure and practices. So in general, slaves give you the detailed contents which comprises of your some concepts, some principles, and some procedures and practicals to be taught to the students. Whereas curriculum, it is a broad term. It is a broad term which not only contains slaves part but complete plan of action of teaching learning package including student evaluation directed to achieve defined objectives in a stipulated time frame. So here we say that complete plan of action of teaching learning package means it is a blueprint for any institution. We can understand the importance of any curriculum because if you are to recruit teachers, then you will be deciding your workload.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm
Yes.
sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt you, sir.
No, no, sir. Please, please.
So here it is mentioned that curriculum is a broad term, which not only contains syllabus. So my question is, so curriculum also contains syllabus or just the
Yes, yes, yes,
list of courses only?
yes,
Yes.
yes, yes. That is a broad term. That is
हाँ,
means is a broad term which not only contained slaves. Slaves तो है ही है उसका part.
अच्छा नहीं मुझे लग रहा था सर ये कैरिकुलम सिर्फ लिस्ट ऑफ कोर्सेज है मींस
No, no,
नेम
no, no.
नेम ऑफ द कोर्सेज
No, 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 sir. It is
अच्छा
a broad term which not only contains slaves but the complete plan of action of
हाँ दैट
teaching.
इज फाइन सर कंप्लीट प्लान ऑफ एक्शन ऑफ टीचिंग इज फाइन
Means you have
हाँ
all the
हम्म,
your that syllabus that your all study and evaluation scheme, your
हम्म,
detailed contents, your implementation strategy, your evaluation strategy,
ओके
your all the resources required for implementing the curriculum as per AICT, and then how to evaluate the students.
ओके ओके सर थैंक यू फॉर
So
क्लियर
it is a broad term.
ओके सर
As you are that which not only contains syllabus means syllabus तो part है ही है sir इसका.
अच्छा अच्छा
Right? So not only contains slaves, but the complete plan of action of teaching learning package because in curriculum we also give that what are the resources in terms of your human resources because AICT yes sir. So because when we talk about the curriculum, then everything is given on the curriculum because as per EICT, we give all the resources required for the implementation of any curriculum because when we talk that what will be the that recruitment of the faculty, what will be the teaching load of the faculty, then you decide based on the your curriculum. What are the sources required for the implementation in terms of your physical resources? That what will be your building space? How many rooms you required for teaching the students? All AICT has given. AICT norms are there. So we give everything as per AICT norm. Then what will be the equipment? That also we give in our curriculum. That these are the minimum because based on the labs, we also write in the curriculum that these are the equipment tools which are required for the implementation of the curriculum. And ultimate aim of curriculum is to achieve defined objectives in a stipulated time frame because our time frame is stipulated time frame is there So in that time frame, we are to achieve our specific objectives, means your PEOs, program education objective, your program outcomes, and your course outcomes. So I think now it is clear that curriculum is a broad term, which and syllabus is part of curriculum. And we are
Yes, sir, it's clear. It's clear, sir. Thank you.
right, sir.
Thank you, sir. Yes,
Because
sir.
curriculum is a very broad term, syllabus only contains your detailed contents,
ठीक है, sir.
right, sir?
Yeah, yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes. Then, because there is one Ralph Winfred Tyler, he has, as a layman, if anybody asks us that what do you understand by term slaves and the curriculum, then we can say in the language of a layman that what to teach is a slaves. What to teach means your detailed context. What to teach your theory, practical subjects, and why to teach, how to teach, and how do we know we have taught. So all these things become your curriculum. What to teach, that is slaves part, and why to teach, because every subject has some aim, and in our curriculum we write that what will be the rationale why this subject is there, and then we write the course outcomes. Then we also write in our curriculum how to teach so that there is a learning of the students. Then fourth thing is that how do we know that whatever we have taught, that whether they have grasped or not, means your evaluation part. So all these four things are there in curriculum. Then we come to characteristics of a good curriculum, because when we talk of a good curriculum, then there are many important characteristics which should be there for a good curriculum. So when we are to design a good curriculum, it should be data based, it should be dynamic, it should be fully articulated, it should be realistic to implement, then it should be student oriented. That how our students are benefited, and explicit outcome, that whatever we are teaching, through that what will be the students learning, what they will be able to do with that knowledge and skill. So that should be your measurable. Then future oriented, our curriculum should be future oriented, means our curriculum should meet the requirements, future requirements of the industry. So we will be discussing all these points one by one. So first, I would like to know from my dear friends that what do you understand by this data waste? Any idea? Our curriculum should be data based.
Is it some credit system like how much credit particular any course contains of?
Little bit. That any other?
It should be available for everyone.
It should be.
Available for everyone.
I am saying that our curriculum should be data based, means there should be some data based on which we are designing our curriculum. Data based, because data based means our curriculum for technical education is based on long range and short range manpower requirements. Means database means we should collect some data from the world of work, from the industry, where our students are going to be employed, because without that we will not be knowing that what are the requirements of the industry. So first of all, when we design any curriculum, we see that what are the employment opportunities, because our programs are job oriented, that after going through this our undergraduate program or diploma or PG whatever, that they will be getting some job opportunities. So first of all, we should see that what are the employment opportunities, because for that we will have to go to the industry, that whether whatever program we are offering, maybe new or old. If older program is there, then there may be some changes in their employment opportunity. Job profile may have changed. But if we are having new program, then what will be the employment scenario for them? Maybe wage employment as well as self-employment. We have to take into account both the opportunities. Here, my friends, I will give you one example that long back we have got one request from a state that you design a program on desert technology. Program on desert technology. So when and we were assigned that project that you design the program on desert technology. And first of all, because first of all we see whether the employment opportunities are there or not for that particular program. When we went to the word of work to the employers, and we told them that we see we are designing a program on this desert technology, what will be their employment opportunities? Then they told us that, dear friends, desert technology is nothing but stabilization of soil, and you just add 3-4 subjects of your soil stabilization in that program, and there ends the story. Because if you design full-fledged program in this field, then there will be no employment of the students. Because for starting any one program, a lot of resources are required, crores of rupees are required, buildings are required, faculty is required, your equipment is required. So because you will have to spend a lot of money for starting any program. So if there is no opportunities for the students in the world of work, so we should think whether we should go for that particular program or not. So we will have to go to the industry, to the employer, that what are the job opportunities for that particular program, or if you have that existing program, what is the job profile? Is there any change in their job profile, present and future technology development trends? Because when we talk to the industry, they say that whatever you are teaching, we do not require that too much. And whatever our requirements that you are not teaching, so there is a big gap between the whatever we are teaching and what are the requirements of the industry. So we have to see that how we can incorporate all that technology development which are taking place in the industry in our curriculum. So we have to collect some feedback from the industry, from the employers. Once we have decided that our yes, we are going to offer this program, then what will be the competency profile? What will be the activities they will be performing? Suppose as I am civil engineer, so if I am to develop a program of civil engineering, then I will have to see that what activities the students are performing will be performing in the industry. So I have to see all those activities, and then I will be doing activity analysis, that if I am to supervise construction of a building, then what will be the activities I will be doing? So to meet those activities, I will be preparing my curriculum, or I will be teaching those subjects which by which the students will be able to perform those activities, or competency profile. So what will be the competencies which will be required by the from these activities? Activity analysis is done in terms of your knowledge and skill and attitude, KSA. And from that KSA, we prepare the competency profile. Competency profile means what competencies will be developed in the students. Suppose we want that our students should be able to read and interpret a engineering and engineering drawing. So I will be teaching a subject on engineering drawing, building drawing. So I am to prepare my students as per the activity analysis. Then we will also see that what are the existing facilities of technical education. So we have to collect the data that how many type of programs are being offered in that field, and whether if I am going to start that particular program, whether there will be a demand of those students, pass out students or not. Because we see that when there was a revolution in this computer industry, then every institution was starting only two, three programs. That is, one was CSE, Computer Science and Engineering, and second, Electronics. Because in CSE, it is very easy to start. You have some computers, you have some software, and so everybody was starting there that CSC. But now AICT, even AICT has given that these are some of the merging areas in which there is a requirement of uh, uh, technical personnel. So we can also start these programs. So we are to collect data from the industry for all that. Okay, so that is our program should be, our curriculum should be data based. Then second is your curriculum should be dynamic. Dynamic means our curriculum should not be static, because in many institutions we see that they have not updated their curriculum from last 5 to 10 years. They are just having that old obsolete things in their curriculum. So our curriculum should must be dynamic, and it must have some provisions for bringing modification from time to time. Because now even our NDP 2020 talks that our curriculum should have some open lectures, must have some multidisciplinary lectures. Then your program lectures 1, 2, 3, because as per need of the industry, we can make changes in our curriculum. So our curriculum must be dynamic. It should not be static. Then it should be fully articulated. It should must be fully articulated. Means our curriculum should be logically arranged in order of your learning, so as to achieve desired objectives in stipulated time frame for a specified target group of learner. We have 10 plus students for our undergraduate programs. We have 10 plus students for our diploma program, and our specified period is also there, 4 years for undergraduate program and 3 years for diploma program. So we have to see that how many subjects we can offer in these 4 year or 3 year program, and we are to arrange our learning experiences logically. Logically means there may be some prerequisites, there may be some prerequisite subjects, because without learning of those subjects, we cannot give higher subjects, higher order learning. So, like in civil engineering, we have a subject on structural mechanics. But I will have to see that before offering that subject on structural mechanics, I will have to teach my students applied mechanics also. Because without learning of applied mechanics, they cannot learn structural mechanics. Because when we organize workshops, we conduct workshops for designing curriculum, then sometime teachers say that we can teach any subject anywhere. No, not like that, because we are to have integrated sequence of organized learning experiences. There should be some proper learning sequencing. So our curriculum should be fully articulated. Then it should be realistic to implement. When we update our curriculum or we design our curriculum, we must take care that the whatever we are designing, we are building the curriculum that can be implemented. That should be feasible to implement, because sometimes what happens that I am not saying that we should not incorporate new technology or new requirements of the industry, we have to incorporate all those latest requirements of the industry, needs of the industry. But at the same time, we have to see that we can implement all those things, and for that we must take care that we should develop our resources also, maybe in phases. So we have to see that our curriculum design or developed should be implementable, should be realistic with all those changes which we are making in the curriculum. Then student oriented. We have to see that our whatever we are teaching, that with that students are benefited. Our students should be in forefront. That if I am giving this knowledge or I am giving these skills, with that our students will become employable. All the time when we design the curriculum, we have to see that our students are benefited, student oriented. Because sometimes what happens when uh, we have some workshops, because in the workshops we have different stakeholders. We invite the experts from the industry, we invite the experts from academia, uh, from higher institutions, from the concerned institutions, and we have also some representatives like your ex-students or your existing students if the program is already being implemented. So then sometimes what happens that when we try to change the curriculum, then some teachers, if they have written some book or they are teaching one subject from last many years, so they become little bit hesitant to change the contents, because if we change the subject as per the requirements of the industry, then he or she will have to change her notes, or they sometimes what happens that some subject is not required in the present scenario, or some labs are not required in the present scenario. Then at that time also there is a lot of resistance, that if you remove this, then there may be something regarding my that employment, or sometimes that what I will be doing, because I was teaching this subject from last 20 to 25 years, and now suddenly there is no requirement of that subject. So sometimes this also happens that there is a lot of resistance during that workshops, that teachers do not allow to change the contents, because that will affect them. So, my dear friends, then we request all our friends that please see that how our students are benefited. We have to see that our maximum students are benefited and they get the employment. So, our curriculum should be student oriented. Then explicit outcome. So in we have some 35 to 40 subjects in undergraduate program, and then around 30 subjects in diploma program, and every subject we are trying to develop some competencies in the students, because every subject has some course outcome, that if I teach this subject, then they will be benefited like this. So we say that whatever subject we are teaching, their course outcome should be measurable. That yes, if I am teaching a subject on concrete technology, or I am teaching a subject on water sources, then after undergoing this subject, after studying this subject, that this competency will be developed in the students, or the students will be able to do these things. So we have to see that there should not be any such subject through which there no competency is being developed in the students, with that knowledge and skill that they are not able to perform anything in the industry. So we have to see that every subject has some specified outcomes. Then our curriculum should be future oriented, because if a student is taking admission today, then after 4 years he will be out. So we have to see that that whatever we are teaching, that should be relevant in today's needs also, as well as tomorrow's needs, because our student will be working in the industry after 4 years. So we are to see that we see that whatever latest requirements are coming from the industry, like our semiconductor mission is there. So many institutions has started degree, that undergraduate program in VLSI, because we are seeing that there is a, because our government of India has forecasted that so many that students will be required, so many uh, workforce will be required for working in this semiconductor industry. So like that, we have to see that our curriculum is future oriented. So that is the some of the important characteristics of a good curriculum. So my dear friends, if you have any question or query, please say so, or you can share your experience also, because you are also in that academic role. So please let us mean that how we can have this a good curriculum. Yes, anyone, please.
So question is like, how we will say that good curriculum. I think you will in the next lecture or for coming lecture you will explain about the design of curriculum in detail.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes,
Tomorrow
also.
morning, that I have one full session on that
That's
educational
right.
design,
That's why we can say how a curriculum is a good or not up to the mark. Like,
because our we see that our we do not have feedback from the industry. We just go to the library, take a book, because I know that some very reputed institutions,
hmm,
when we talk to that how you are designing your curriculum or you
yes,
are
yes,
writing your curriculum,
yes, sir. That is more important. I think yes.
then they share that just my head HOD told me that you design this particular program. I went to the library. Uh,
Because yes, sir, because the syllabus designing and curriculum designing all depends upon the content
industry,
and everything. Yes, sir.
industry's requirements.
Industry requirement also. Yes, yes, sir.
That is very important. Just not that we take all these from books, but
Mhm.
sometimes we will have to incorporate the contents which are required by the industry.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Anyone else?
Yes, sir. I want to ask one thing.
Yes, sir.
In curriculum development, we always consider the industry requirement.
Yes.
Is there any term like consideration of human values, or as we consider different POs, there are societal impacts also like environment and team spirit. So, what these terms are also considered in the curriculum
Yes,
development?
yes, sir. Nowadays, a lot of emphasis on universal human values.
Yeah.
That is now we are adding in our curriculum that universal human values, because if you are not a good citizen, you do not have that those human values. Without that, you cannot be a good person. That is the best thing. That is the best philosophy of designing any curriculum, because without that, students go astray, and we have seen that our so many students doing so many bad things which we would not like to uh, listen from others. So that is very, very important that content is there, universal human values is there,
Okay.
human values, universal human values, that will be also a part of that.
Thank you.
So now we come to the four stages of. So when we develop any curriculum, basically there are four stages, because curriculum of any education program is an important document based on which entire teaching learning process is planned, implemented, and evaluated. So these are the four stages for any curriculum development. That is, first stage is your need analysis stage. Then we have curriculum design stage. Third is your curriculum implementation stage. And fourth is your curriculum evaluation stage. So, in totality, for curriculum development, first we have need analysis. Once we have established the need, then we go to the design stage. Need analysis stage means there is a requirement of the program. That yes, industry requirement is there and employment of the students will be there. Then we come to the design stage. Yes, that how we will be teaching that particular program. What will be the KSA, knowledge, skill, and attitude. Then third stage is your implementation stage. Once the curriculum has been designed, then how the curriculum should be implemented and what are the requirements for the effective implementation of the curriculum. Once the curriculum has been implemented, then we go to the curriculum evaluation stage. During the implementation of the curriculum, we also have that uh, formative evaluation of the curriculum if there is some problem during the curriculum implementation. And also when one batch has gone, then we have summative evaluation of the curriculum so that we can make the changes if something is there in the need analysis stage, in the design stage, or in the implementation stage. So these are the four stages of curriculum development. First of all, we discuss with the need analysis stage. So we have already discussed that we are to establish the need of a particular program. We have to plan whether we are to design this particular program or not. So already I have discussed all these employment opportunities. We will find out what will be the employment opportunities, maybe long range employment, maybe short range employment, maybe there. So one thing I would like to note that suppose a big industry approaches you that see we want to start a particular program and we will be taking all the students, we will be employing all the students which will be uh, passing out from the program for the 3 4 years, maybe 5 years. We will be taking all the students. Will you going to start? Will you start that program or not? Will you start that program if there is a some industry which says that we will be having all the pass out students for that particular program for 4 5 years and you start this program? That requirement is there. Yes, sir. Yes, please.
Yes, sir. Given the requirements from the industry, it is definitely a program which should be welcomed. But then the industry support also has to be seen as to wherein the experts will be coming, because that has to be integrated within the curriculum so as to make this program a rich program. That's my point of view.
Rightly said, sir. Rightly said. Because to start any program, you require a lot of resources. Suppose they are taking your 4 5 batches. But after that, we short range employment is there. But what after 4 5 years, where students will be going? Because to start any program, you will be having a lot of resources requirement. You will have required your physical resources, you require human resources, you require information resources, and of course financial resources will be there. So you have rightly said that should that the industries, how much industry involvement will be there. So you can think of win and win-win situation, because when you are going to start that program, you have to see whether all the practical work can be done in the industry, and theoretically you can give that all the instructions can be given by the teachers, and for that also you will have to have the faculty. So, my dear friends, employment opportunity, we have to see whether the long range employment is there or short range employment is there. So, accordingly, we have to start the program. Then, what will be the technological developments? Because nowadays, a lot of uh, that mechanization is there, your AI is there. So, by having all that in mind, you have to incorporate the technological requirements of the industry. Then what activities they will be they are performing at the workplace, competency profile, and present and future employment scenario. So all that after all these things you have discussed, then we can go for the curriculum design. For curriculum design, we have all these points to be considered: stating constraints, activity analysis, curriculum objectives, curriculum areas, then how to design detailed contents. Because I will be discussing tomorrow in the morning session, that full-fledged session is there on curriculum design process. So there I will be discussing all these points. Then time requirements, because we have limited time, we have 4 years and we have 3 years for diploma. So we cannot teach each and everything on the earth. So we have to see that how to incorporate those contents which are the required by the industry within the prescribed time. Then what will be the horizontal and vertical organization, preparing study and evaluation scheme, and then selection of appropriate method and media, and resources required as per AICT. So all these things one by one we will be discussing tomorrow in the morning session. And then come to the third stage. Once the curriculum has been designed, so then we will be having curriculum implementation stage. So for this also, I will be having on Wednesday one full session on effective curriculum implementation, because harnessing resources. Because if your lab, some new labs have been added, so you require some new resources. How to have those resources in phase wise, or you have to collaborate with the industry, or you have to have some network with the industry, or you may be having some in other sister concern some resources. Can you utilize those resources? So optimum utilization of resources. Then how to make the teaching learning effective, mean whether the actually students are learning or not. That is the most important, because sometimes we see that curriculum is perfectly designed, that is as per the requirements of the industry, there is nothing wrong with the curriculum, but the importance of curriculum implementation is ignored, because sometimes resources, proper resources are not there, properly students are not evaluated. So all these things will be discussed during the curriculum implementation one by one in detail. We will be discussing. Then that I will also discuss in the that effective curriculum implementation, that because how we can devote, because in the one Mr. That Dr. Sharma ji, he was asking that whether we are to develop in our students that universal human values, UHV, or moral values. So when we talk about the domains of development, we are just our 80 to 85% time should be devoted to this vocational preparation. Means we are developing the competencies in the students in the related field. What we are also to develop in our students, learning to learn skills, communication skill, interpersonal relations, universal human values, personality development. So these are your hard skills. In addition to that, we are also to add some soft skills. Some pinch of soft skills are also required, because without that, some students may be very good in that their professionalism, but if they are not a good human being, they do not have all these things, then sometimes they are not able to work in the industry. So we will be discussing all these things. Then that we will discuss in detail. Then we have curriculum evaluation, and fourth stage is our curriculum evaluation. One is your formative evaluation, and second is your summative evaluation. Can any one of my friend just tell me that uh, what is the difference between formative evaluation and summative evaluation?
So formative evaluation is during the process and summative is after the process.
Rightly said. Why? That formative is your continuous evaluation during the program, and summative evaluation is the end semester evaluation at the end of the program. Here I am talking about the curriculum evaluation. When I talk about the formative evaluation of the curriculum, then I say that during the implementation of the curriculum, what are the problems, what the students are facing, what the teachers are facing the problems. So can we sort out those problems so that our curriculum implementation is better? We have effective curriculum implementation. And once the curriculum has been implemented fully, means the curriculum has been implemented for 4 years, or a program has been implemented for diploma program for 3 years, then at the end of the program we have summative evaluation, that while implementing the curriculum, what were the problems, how we can solve those problems, whether we are to redesign our curriculum, seeing the problems of the curriculum implementation. Was anything wrong with the need analysis stage? Was anything wrong in the curriculum design stage or in the curriculum implementation stage? So that is our end term curriculum evaluation. So, my dear friends, these are the 4 stages of curriculum development. So, we will be discussing all these stages one by one in these 5 days, along with other topics, other sessions.